I hit the button. Whoa, what was that?
It's good. A fart. That's my fart.
Oh.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 105 of Ignore the Backlog podcast. My name is the real Portz, and EvilSpaceBunny is here.
I'm here.
Are you? Speak up, Sonny. I can't hear you.
I'm staring at my wall right now, and I can't stop staring at it because there's a moth on my wall, and I need it to go away.
I can't wait to earn everyone's respect next year.
What do you mean?
I know that has nothing to do with what you were talking about, but it's been on my mind.
Oh,
I was
is
looking
that your
at my
goal?
Twitch profile.
Mm-hmm.
Is that my goal? Yeah, I haven't cared about it before now, but I'm like,
write it in your little
be
diary.
a regular
and be like,
adult now.
Dear diary, I hope to earn respect starting next year in 2022.
Not today or tomorrow, but
Portz.
next year.
Next year. I mean, there's only 2 more fucking months. Can you believe it's already the end of October?
That is messed up. So I was looking at my Twitch profile, and my summary bio thing says that I'm a 20-something IT professional, and that's not going to be true next year.
It's true.
And everyone older than me says that you got to be 30. You once you hit 30, you'll understand. So I can't wait to just be hit with a wave of transforming knowledge as soon as I hit 30 on the dot.
Wait, that happens? Like, I guess I missed that 5 years ago. Fuck.
Oh. Well.
Sorry to disappoint, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, maybe it only happens to some people, and maybe you didn't get lucky, and maybe I'll get lucky.
Yeah, maybe you'll get lucky and get hit with the responsibility stick, unlike me.
Oh, God. No, thank you.
Yeah,
I want
it's
wisdom
too
and
late.
knowledge,
You're
not
getting
responsibility. What the hell? That's not a good trade. Fucking
With,
Gandhi would never accept that trade.
With wisdom and comes responsibility or something.
With great power. So I don't need power. I just need wisdom.
Well, isn't wisdom considered power in a sense?
Yeah, if you're a fucking monk that doesn't have a goddamn job. If you go in a temple all day, yeah, sure. You can make up some bullshit that sounds good like that, yeah.
This is a podcast about video games.
That would be the worst part about being a monk. You wouldn't be able to fucking play video games.
You wouldn't have the internet, but then again, what would you do?
Yeah,
all
but the
day without
internet
TikTok?
sucks. I would take video games without the internet for sure. If they just had like an N64 in the temple, and maybe they do. There's no way for me to know that they do.
Shit. They have an N64. I'm gonna.
They're just
shake
playing
my head and become a
slappers
monk.
only all fucking day.
They got Smash Brothers.
They gotta
they
take
got
out their aggression somewhere. You
Ocarina,
can't suppress it.
They got Quest 64. I know. I gotta go fucking download Nintendo games. They came out today. Apparently.
Did you ever get your controller to work on PC for the emulator?
No.
No. I should try mine. Now I'm
I
afraid
should
to,
probably
though.
try it again. I should probably try it again. I mean, I only spent like $30 on this fucking controller, which says a lot.
A little bit more than I spent on mine, I think. So.
How much did you spend on yours?
Like $25.
Shh. Well, okay, it's only $5. I was like, did I get fucking ripped?
No. I mean, maybe I found it on a sale, or maybe yours is $5 better. I don't know. It's hard to tell in those situations.
Better.
Yeah. That's possible.
It's totally possible. But speaking of video games, what did you play this week?
I played Rooonscape.
Oh.
Of the old school variety.
Yeah. Is that it? Did you play Dota at all? I know you casted.
I casted Dota.
Yeah. That was entertaining.
And I played 3 hours of DEATHLOOP.
Holy shit, guys. Holy shit. I think we need... Okay, it's happening. It's happening. Portz is
Calm
actually
down.
gonna play other games. I mean, you did send me that badge of honor of the time played. that
Yeah.
you wear so bravely.
That was the moment I
with your...
decided I should play another game. I have
When you had
150 hours in RuneScape in the last 19 days.
How many hours a day does that break down to?
It's like 8.3 or something.
Holy shit, Portz.
You said full-time job. You're not kidding, but also on the weekends. It's a full-time job with overtime.
It's a full-time job with overtime and no benefits.
Well, I mean, the joy I put on my face is benefit enough for me.
That's what most
Plus
fucking
the
corporate
7-hour
people would
or
say.
6-hour stream I did on Sunday. It's
Oh yeah, how'd your
the
stream
most
go?
slow, boring content of all time. No, it was a good stream. I had fun.
Oh, that's good.
Can't speak for the people that were there, but no, I got up to 13 people organically for a little while, and I haven't done that in a while, except when I'm casting Dota, which doesn't count because all the people are like screen peeking and cheating. So that's why you get viewers.
Green peeking and cheaters. You dirty fucking cheaters. How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just make me mad. That would just make me mad.
Well, I don't know if they do that or not. You put it on a delay for that reason exactly.
Yeah, I figured as much. So how did RuneScape go this week? Did you accomplish anything?
I accomplished so many things.
Yeah?
But it's hard to describe them, so I'll just say I got a lot done.
Okay.
I haven't maxed any skills, but I did a lot of quests. One of my group members and me, we tackled a boss, even though it's like kind of a fake boss. RuneScape, like, there's a skilling community, there's a PVM community, and there's a PvP community, and they try to pretend like they're servicing all of those areas equally, except they only care about the PVM community because it's probably the largest.
Yeah.
So the PvP community knows that everyone hates them, and so does Jagex, the makers of the game. But they rebel the hardest, probably. The PVM community, they are asleep at their keyboards. They don't give a shit what's going on in the community, and they're just logged in to fucking woodcut for 60 hours at a time.
They like the grind. They like that.
They like the grind, and they specifically like the AFK grind, the easy, no risk shit. Yeah. Okay. So, they put 2 bosses in the game that are just mini games, but they call them bosses so that the PVMers feel like they're doing bosses, even though they're just skilling.
Cute.
Yeah. So you can fish to subdue a sea monster, or you can fire make to subdue a fire monster. And both of those is exactly like just doing the skill. At least in the fire making one, you can actually take damage. In the other one, you literally cannot take damage.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so you can't die, but you can reset, right?
Yes, you can fail, but it's pretty difficult.
That's funny because I watched Ludwig and like 2 others do it over a couple weeks ago, and they failed so many times.
Oh, they were doing Temperos, right? Because
I think so.
They're on the content creator worlds. That's like 10 times the experience or something.
I think so, maybe. But they were doing the fishing one where they fish and they deal with the boat and the guy with the 2 phases and stuff like that, and they just kept fucking up. But yeah, I watched that shit show, and I'm like, well, this is kind of interesting. I guess I could see why.
I wonder if that ever gets anyone else into the game. Like, I don't know. I was watching a streamer who was like, "Do you guys think that these do good for the game or whatever?" Everyone in his chat was like, "No," and he's like, "Well, you guys are stupid because they've done it 4 times now, and why would a company keep doing that if they're not seeing returns on it?" And I didn't have a direct line to him other than being drowned in his chat. But what I would say to that man is sometimes you have a marketing budget. And sometimes it goes to silly shit because you don't know what else to do.
Oh, well, that's a good point.
Some of it, most of it probably goes to posting on websites and shit. And then some of it you give out to content creators because it's like a fun, silly time that might go viral.
Aww.
So,
it's kind of cute, I guess.
Yeah, I'm glad they do it. I don't know how good it is for the game or not, but it's fun.
Yeah. I think it Yeah, it was definitely interesting because like I like watching Ludwig and his content, and so it was weird to see him and how his knowledge of video games is actually quite extensive, and it always surprises me because he plays all these fucking odd games like Jump King, and then he's like obsessed with Pokemon, and then he does like speed running also in Smash Brothers, so it's like this weird hodgepodge, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing in RuneScape, and like he's all talking about this stuff, but then again he could be just fucking talk out of his ass, and I wouldn't know because I don't know shit about that game.
Yeah, maybe he just has a lot of confidence. I don't know.
There we go. I
don't know. It takes a lot of dedication to know a lot and be good at RuneScape. A lot. But there's
again,
like a big, like I could
cow.
talk that way, but I'm a noob. Like any real RuneScape pro would be able to suss me out immediately in a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
But to a person who's never played it, I seem like a fucking genius.
You fucking genius. Exactly.
Fucking genius. Which, by the way, teaching people to play the game is fun. Like Fabian's been playing. My buddy, my IRL bud Andy, has also been playing, and they don't really play RuneScape. My buddy and Andy and I like played RuneScape back in middle school together. But he never stuck with it, and I did. And then now, returning to it, it's so funny, like, the things that he remembers and what he hasn't seen yet and stuff. So, that's been really fun.
Yeah, for sure. What about Dota and casting that?
Nothing. Nothing.
No. Okay.
I had a sore throat, kind of. It wasn't really a sore throat, but it was like, I guess it was tired. My throat was strained through one of the games, and it was a nightmare to cast that way.
Oh, no.
So maybe 2 days in a row is not good for me right
Ideal.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. Until your voice gets used to it again, I guess. It is a muscle, and you
Oh,
do
for
have
sure.
to-
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I haven't
do
even
that.
been streaming, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I know
I've
when
just been smoking weed in a dark room, fucking not saying a goddamn word to anyone.
Just with your hoodie up and your fucking sunglasses on in the complete darkness.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I could totally see you.
Oh,
I'm outside
shit.
your window.
Oh. We could use one microphone.
Oh, shit. We could share and scream and stare at each other as we scream at each other.
That'd be so different.
It would be very odd. Okay.
I also played DEATHLOOP.
Yep. How'd that go?
I like the game a lot. It's got a lot of there's some well, I guess maybe most developers have this, but Arcane, more than their other games, I think this feels like Dishonored in a like visual way.
Uh-huh.
Down to the indicators, down to how your character moves. Now there's like a lot more guns in this than Dishonored.
Yeah.
But that sort of substitutes, like, there's not as many powers in this. You can have, like, I think you can have 4 powers technically, but I've only unlocked 1. So maybe it feels more like Dishonored later in that regard.
Okay.
But the stealth kind of feels the same, where it's kind of way too easy. Easier than you think it would be. Like, I'm in full daylight, like, kind of near somebody who should be able to see me, and they can't. And there's no way to like take out lights or anything. Like there's no deep mechanics in the stealth. It's just like keep a healthy distance and flank them, and that's it. And maybe you could throw a bottle to distract one, and that's it. But that's the kind of stealth that I like.
Yeah,
because I don't want to fuck around with all that other shit. I just want it to be easy, and it is. And when it goes wrong, just like Dishonored, I'm fine. Everything's good. I haven't even reset a loop yet.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm still running around. Although I did quit in the middle of a mission, so I think I lost everything from that run, but I don't know how that works. They don't have like a manual save, which is really annoying.
That is annoying, especially, well, I mean, a lot of newer games all rely on autosave, but what if you're in a shitty autosave?
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I'm old
not my
school
favorite.
and I like manual saves.
Yeah. Give me F4, F5, you know?
Yeah, F4, F5, exactly.
F5, F6, whatever it is.
I don't know. Autosave, quick save.
Every
quick, low,
game
quick
makes
save.
it different. I think F4, F5 is fucking KOTOR, which is like the only game who uses that, which is really fucked up. Because if most games use F5 to save,
yeah,
your muscle memory is taking you right to quick load. It's not good.
When you're having a bad time.
Yeah. But the game's fun. I think there's some weird things going on with the voice acting or writing or something. Well, definitely the voice acting. The main protagonist sounds like he's trying to do a tough guy voice but can't pull it off, in my humble opinion.
Oh, no. Okay.
And it sounds like he's put through a filter that is made to sound like he has a helmet on, but there's so many cutscenes where he clearly doesn't have a helmet on. So it's like a weird reverbed fucking spacesuit sound, but for no reason.
Maybe he's a robot.
So I have a theory that either he's a robot, because it would make sense, right, with the time loop thing.
Yeah.
It's a simulation or something. Holy shit.
What?
My throat has the biggest tickle in it right now.
Portz is dying, everybody. Hold on.
Let me just die live on the podcast.
Okay.
And we'll upload it later, but with respects.
Yeah, with
obviously.
respects.
Play the Taps theme song over this right now.
Are you okay?
I think we're pulling through.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think it's because I have a fan pointed right at me and I'm ingesting some horrible shit from outside.
It's all the air. It's all the Portland air trying to murder you.
Ugh, piss covered air. What the fuck was I in the middle of fucking saying? This is how you drag out a podcast, people. That was all fake. I didn't almost die in the podcast.
Let's see. You were talking about the character's voice and how you speculate he's a robot.
So either a robot,
then you cut yourself off.
or it's a simulation, and he's like talking in some sort of helmet thing in the simulation dome or whatever. Like from Fallout 3, those little chamber things they were in.
Oh, okay.
Now, why I would hear him that way, I don't know, but I think there's either something fucky going on with that, or just bad production oversight. Ooh. Which is more likely, I think.
That's kind of a bummer, but I mean, I guess, is that ruining the experience of the game? Is there that many cutscenes?
No, I mean, not really. I don't know. I don't really know what the story is yet. You're some sort of ex-military guy who got thrown into this. It doesn't even sound like it was an experiment. It sounded like people wanted to be part of this. It was like a volunteer, like, we know this is like a temporal fucking rift weird thing, and people got sent in there. And it seems like most people in the loop want to be there. They want the loop to continue, and that's why they're there. It's like to live the same day over and over. Like, I don't know why the fuck you would want that, but...
Why would you want permanent Groundhog's Day?
That is hell. Fucking idea.
That is literally hell.
Cool. It'd be cool for like 1,000 days or something, but then you'd be like, Jesus Christ, I'm done.
You're like, I gotta go forever. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, like, I don't get it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So here, apparently I don't know. There's a couple things. You have amnesia for some reason in the loop, so everyone knows you and they can remember all the days, except you can't until now for some reason, unknown reason. So you're sort of piecing things together, which is kind of fun. The things you learn, like key points to the mystery, survive the loops. Your gear doesn't. So I don't know what starting a loop over is like, honestly. I kind of wanted to get there, but I was like, I don't want to throw a run. So I don't know.
Don't throw a run. Just keep going.
We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do it in one shot. I don't even know if that's possible. It's got to be. I think if you know what you're doing, you must be able to do it in one run, which would be kind of cool.
That would be really cool, actually.
There's a really OP mechanic they just give you right off the bat, which is if you die, you respawn like 10 seconds earlier, and you can do that 3 times or twice in a run.
Oh, okay.
And that counter resets if you move to a new region.
Oh, can you go back and forth between regions or no?
I don't know. But I think doing that passes the time. So I think if the day comes up, then it resets also. So maybe that's how it's kind of balanced.
Fuck, I want to play this game so bad.
It's kind of cool. It feels a little. I feel like a little bit wanting so far, but I also don't know much about it.
Okay.
So I'm just too early in to really have like a good feel. But I do like the feeling of like learning a new thing. It's just like there's a little bit too much specificity to this universe, where you read a note and you're like, oh, I'm the doctor of toy candy. And you're like, what the fuck is that a thing? What is that? And you don't learn about it seemingly again. I don't know. It's just like a bunch of weird random shit. But maybe I'll get used to it. I don't know.
Huh. Okay. That is a little odd. I'm Candyman. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I'm proud
good
of
game.
you for playing.
I'm liking it so far.
Else. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Honestly.
Don't give a shit.
I know you don't give a shit, but I'm still proud of you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate it. What'd you fucking play?
I played.
So I can be proud of you.
Actually, I played a quite bit more.
Did you play RuneScape?
I anticipated. No, I actually.
Then I'm not proud of you.
I thought about installing it, but I didn't. So, what I played this week, I played a game called Limitless Hunger. It is a weird, retro, shitty, inspired shooter. It's only about 2 hours. It is fun. At first, okay, it's
the inflection seemed a little off for what you were saying there.
It is
fun.
It is fun, I would say, but at the beginning it is annoying because everything is a fucking bullet sponge until you start getting upgrades, and then after that you turn into a fucking god, and then it feels good. But also, this game doesn't take itself seriously. There's like a bunch of cheesy. I think the developer's the only one who did most of the like one-liners that were in there, and so it's like really shitty mic quality. And it doesn't take itself too seriously. There's like these bonus rounds that you get that plays like this insane guitar riff that's very 80s like, and you're on a lawnmower and you're just mowing down demons, and you're also drinking a like Monster energy drink.
What?
It's pretty ridiculous, but it's pretty funny. I enjoyed it for what it is. It is a shitty little retro inspired game. I think this is the developer's first game, or maybe second game, but I started stalking them and they're working on another project. I finished a Savage Planet, or Journey to a Savage Planet. That game is fun. I really did like this game. It was like finding shit and exploring random things and just scanning a bunch of stupid shit while kicking aliens and slapping piles of orange goo. Yeah, you kick the aliens.
The amount of games that have kicks in them now, DEATHLOOP is one of them, by the way, is amazing. I am a big fan.
It's like a general melee that you have, and some of it depending on where the position of the monster is, most of the time you just slap it around. But there's these little birds that are tiny and they're fat and they're round like a ball, and you just like punt those little motherfuckers across the whole like area, and it's just great. It was so much fun to just kick those little fuckers. But there's a bunch of little challenges and stuff. There are 2 endings to the game. I ended up getting the good ending because I'm obsessed with trying to find shit, especially if there's like a scanning thing, and so like you could scan and like see the whole area. Okay. And you're like, oh my god, there's treasure over here, and then you gotta go figure out how to get to the treasure or how to unlock it and stuff. So I ended up getting 93% completed that game. I was trying for 100, but I missed some stuff with the scanner, and then at that point I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna beat the game. So, what else did I play? I played this game called Dark-Q, or Dark, technically. It is a weird horror puzzle game that looks like Tim Burton inspired. You passed by my stream for this game, and it is weird as fuck.
Oh, yeah, the guy who was electrocuting the shit out of himself just to finish a puzzle. Poor guy.
Yeah, he was, so that was one of the puzzles, and, like, each puzzle is, like, extremely weird like that. But the thing is, like, your character goes into, like, a lucid dream So you're in like a dream state. So none of it actually matters. Because at one point you cut off your own head. And then you're walking around carrying your head. And your head's a part of a puzzle. So.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not like you're actually getting hurt. Except all the fucking monsters and all the creatures in it were really fucked up and really good looking. There was this one part where there's like this little old lady in like, she's wearing a mask and like a blindfold, and she's just like in a bra and like these old granny panties. And she's just sitting in a wheelchair, and you have to get this dynamite right next to her.
Oh, I saw it. Yep, I was there for this.
I was just like, oh, okay.
That was
and
insane.
I walked up to her, and I'm like, cool. And I grabbed it, and then I started running away, and she heard me. And then she fucking just like fucking beelined and just murder-lated me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Are we faking being in a wheelchair? We're faking being disabled? How dare you? But that was good. I played some of the DLC. There was one that was just pissing me off, so I said, fuck that. And then I got into something really weird. Okay, so I had 2 cravings this week, and it made me reinstall Origin.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I fucking reinstalled Origin. I fucking hate Origin, but I needed to satisfy these cravings. I wanted to play The Sims again. I don't know why. I just needed to play The Sims.
Okay, I'm down with that.
And so I started playing The Sims, and then I got real depressed about my own life, so I stopped playing The Sims.
Oh.
And then I finally installed Dragon Age Inquisition.
What?
I didn't start it yet. I want to go back and fix my save from Dragon Age 2, so I end up with Fenris. But I'm also at the same point, I'm craving an RPG.
Don't
like
fix shit. Just go.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Fenris doesn't fucking have shit to do with that game. Just fucking go.
I'm just gonna go. And so
I see him for like 2 seconds, maybe, if he even shows up. I can't remember. Yeah.
And so
just immerse yourself in it. Just do it.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I installed that. I'm gonna start playing that at some point this week. I'm
more excited for you to play that than me to play it again.
That's so funny. It'll be my first time playing it, so I'm kind of excited for it. But yeah, I don't know what it was. Something came over me.
Maybe, well, that's a lot to commit to. Keep talking.
I just had a craving for it.
I shouldn't have brought anything up. Yep.
Now I need to know.
Go. Move past it. I've overbooked myself already. It's fine. I was going to say maybe I'll pop into it and probably not finish it, but we could do a spoilers on it.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh, what if we did a spoilers on the entire or the entire game series?
Do you remember the games that well enough to do that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Then fuck yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, good. I'm glad when we plan our content in the middle of the podcast. Are you ready to do some news now?
Are you saying we could potentially benefit from speaking to each other outside the podcast?
Probably. Maybe when we don't ignore each other's DMs.
I don't ignore anything. I read it, click the links, even send you GIF responses.
That's true. We did talk a lot this week, actually. Which made
just nothing deep or of value.
No, the Alex Baldwin meme that you sent me was pretty funny.
Oh my god. I sent it to a coworker and I thought he was going to get me fucking fired. He was like, holy shit. I was like, oh, I thought we were cool. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought we were tight and
thought you were a chill dude. Never mind.
Just kidding. Never sending you anything again, and we're never talking again. Bye.
Yep. I'm actually quitting because of this interaction. Goodbye.
So I do want to bring up the question that we asked everybody last week was if NFTs were going to be the future. Now, this actually got a lot of engagement on Twitter. Thank you guys for talking to me about it, because it's something that we're both genuinely curious about, I feel, right?
I only care about the Twitter impressions.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I don't even know what NFTs are. What is it?
Fungible?
Focused transaction?
Tangible. I fucking forgot. We looked it up last week. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's shitty art.
It's a token, non-fungible token.
Yeah, it's a non-fungible token. But
that doesn't help people understand what it is.
No. It's still like one of this weird early concept, and I think it's still too early for me to want to be invested in it.
But if you're not invested in it, you're an idiot.
But a lot of you guys did agree, I think, with us where we don't think it's the future. We don't think it's going to change gaming in a big concept. Like, it'll still be there for sure, but I don't think it's going to change. I did have a couple people
it's
DM
just a new branch,
it.
you know? Why can't things just be the new branch? Like, that's like...
It doesn't have to be like the
maybe you asked me...
mainstream.
Somebody was talking to me about VR games. I think it was a regular person who, like, barely plays video games, but they were like, do you think VR is going to be, like, the next, like, that's just how people are going to experience games? I was like, of fucking course not, dude. Do you still watch movies at home? They made movie theaters.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie theaters came first, but that's not the point. Both exist because there's trade-offs for all this shit, you know?
Now there's podcasts. It's fine.
The trade-off of playing an NFT game is you're going to fucking hate your life, but, you know, maybe make some money. But probably not.
There's a chance. And, like, if you want to do that and you want to add that to your game, that's great. And if you want to play that style of game, I say do it. But, like, I don't think pushing it on other people is, like...
Like, if tomorrow RuneScape was like, okay, this game's all about NFTs now, I would still give the game a chance and try to figure it out. But I'm not playing fucking Axie Infinity garbage sticker Pokemon bullshit in the hopes of getting rich. I'm just not that guy.
Yeah, I don't want to add that level of stress and, like, add a financial, like, element to it.
Maybe if I was, like, a college student, you know, just trying to make some money or something, it'd be better than fucking
desperate.
applying to Starbucks, you know?
No. Anyway. But, yeah. Thank you guys for responding to that. We appreciate that. Anyway, other news. Blizzard. I have to. I'm sorry. There's so much going on with them this week, and I've been trying to avoid them as much as possible, but it's just there's nothing we can do about it.
They keep the lights on around here, all right? They give us the content, you know what I'm saying?
They give us the content. So Blizzard has finally been making changes. Now, I want to stress that I think a lot of these changes are good. However, I'm also going to stress why I don't think this is good, this is good. I don't think it's enough. Is my biggest thing. So we're gonna first start out with McCree. He finally got his name changed to Cole Cassidy, and they're washing away Jesse McCree, which is one of the people who got fired for this sexual harassment. I think it's a great thing. I don't think
if anyone accidentally calls him McCree in the pick phase in your games, scream at them. Make them feel awful. Because they're hateful people that didn't just make a mistake.
Right, exactly. No, I think it's great to get rid of Jesse McCree from the company and, like, any of the games that he was involved with. Basically, just wash your hands.
I think we talked about this before. Just stop naming your characters after fucking real people. Just Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we talked about it before when there was... talks about this whole thing starting. And so, however, I still think it misses the point, and like I said, I don't think it's enough. Now, we know that Fran Townsend, she's the leader in this whole, like, fiasco. At the very beginning of the lawsuit, she said that the lawsuit was distorted and untrue. Now, her comments led to the protest and the walkout and, like, all the list of demands. And the major problem right now is this woman is still in charge of these said improvements that are happening. While she goes around talking about the improvements with other people, like, she's on a news PR thing going around right now, but she's only going to particular sites that are behind big paywalls, which is really fucking annoying. So I can't get too much to what she's saying, but she's basically talked about how they started firing people finally. There's been 20 people fired so far.
At random? Or are they actually firing the people that deserve to be fired?
It's basically the Squid Games of firing. No, they're firing the people that, you know, have had allegations and evidence brought up against them. There's also 20 more people that are also going to be punished in some way, but it's not been disclosed. Meanwhile, the whole problem with this and why I don't think it's enough is that they've been ignoring the group that started the walkout, the A Better ABK, which stands for A Better Activision Blizzard and King, which is all their
get a better name.
Umbrella.
A Better ABK. Why isn't it ABBK?
ABABK.
Whatever it is.
ABABK. Yeah, it would be
yeah.
that.
That'd
Anyway.
be way better than a better ABK.
AB squared K. I don't know. They've yet to be addressed. Any of their demands haven't been
How
addressed.
could you? Who are you going to write it to?
I mean, they sent it to Bobby, and, like, they sent it to her, and, like, the thing is, like, I think it should at least be addressed that they're, like, wanting to work on these issues and wanting to resolve and work with this group of people and, like,
they
getting
don't
their
respond
demands meet.
to terrorists.
Well, that's the funny thing is I didn't want to get political with Miss Franny Fran, but I have to. Her career before was literally in politics, and she was really good at covering up political bullshit. I'm not going to say what. I'm not going to say who she worked under, and I'm not going to fucking bring up the other allegations.
It was Mayor
against
McCheese,
her.
wasn't it?
It was Mayor McCheese. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God.
But you could read into that shit show herself. And she's not like the only politician or former politician that works for Activision, which is also says a lot about Activision as a company and what they're hiring right now. I think the biggest issue with changing a McCree's name is that they listen to the money and they listen to the fans. They took the demands of the fans first. And since it was an easy thing to do, I think that's why they changed McCree's name.
Of course it is, yeah.
Yeah. And not to mention...
Performative.
Exactly. And so Franny Fran, like I said, she's been doing these interviews with a bunch of different companies. And, like, the biggest one that she did was with Financial Times. And she's been, like, on this, like, PR role right now. And trying to make these huge strides in their changes. I wish I could get more information behind that one, but Financial Times charges $68 a month, which is fucking insane. Like, I paid for some of the other ones, which is fine. Like, they're a lot cheaper, but $68 a fucking month? Are you kidding me?
How many people are really doing that?
I don't know. A lot of them. It's fucking annoying, and it drives me batty.
No, I mean, how many subscribers do they fucking have?
One.
That's ridiculous.
But several employees have currently spoken up about this PR stunt that she's been going around on, saying that an earnings call is happening at the very beginning of November, and they're trying to look good for their shareholders, which they had their tanglement of a lawsuit with currently, and they sort of lost because they weren't fully disclosing this information that they knew about these sexual harassment suits. So there was that whole fiasco. So she's trying to save face. Now, on top of all of this, Blizzard actually filed an attempt to pause the lawsuit with the DEFH. We know that the DEFH last week or a couple weeks ago rejected the case with the EEOC, saying that it would damage their case and the settlement for $18 million and yada, yada, yada. We talked about this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep beating that dead horse because it's just going to make me fucking mad. Now, the mess between those two is Blizzard's caused, and they're like, hey, we want more time to get our story straight and possibly continue to, shred evidence because the DEFH has evidence of us shredding evidence. Yeah. So, luckily, an LA county court judge, he said, fuck you, and denied it without even, giving a denial reason. So, that's good. But, however, I think this is what I want to emphasize. I think these changes are great. I think them firing people obviously had to be fucking done. However, I think they still desperately need to address the elephant in the room. and that is to actually fucking talk to their employees and listen to their employees. Now, there has been some people on Twitter reporting that...
Does that even exist? Is that even possible for a company to do? I don't know.
They have that list of demands, and like Bobby can actually address it, and so can Cheese. I just don't understand why they're not, and they're literally avoiding it. They've literally gone out of their way to avoid it. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna make these other improvements. Yeah, we're gonna change McCree's name, but like it's just. Some people are reporting that they have seen positive changes, which is great. I that makes me happy to hear, honestly. I looked so much into this since
you mean from employees?
Last night. Yes, employees have been reporting.
That's good.
Which is great.
Do those employees have penises?
Maybe, who knows? But others have reported that the mood is still kind of the same. Everybody's on eggshells because this has been up in the air for 2 months.
Oh, I bet it's awful to work there right now.
I bet it's fucking horrible. But
you gotta do it, I guess. You know.
Yeah, especially if it was your dream job. You know, I understand that people want to go after their dream job. So I think making some major changes in upper management will only continue to possibly turn this shit show around. And somebody asked me yesterday, because I got in a huge argument about this, if I will ever buy a Blizzard game again. Maybe, but not in the foreseeable future, especially after Justin told me yesterday. He's one of my mods. He's like, I was shitting all over Diablo 3 or Diablo 2, sorry, Diablo 2 remastered, and how the console players weren't able to connect for like 6 days. He's like, well, I didn't have any issues with that, but my game crashes every 2 hours.
What?
Still? His game crashes every 2 hours.
And he still plays it?
Yes! I don't understand.
I saw a tweet from, I think it was somebody in the Dota scene, but they were talking about the Diablo 2 remaster, and they're like, it's been like 4 weeks, and I'm still getting randomly booted out.
Yeah.
And I have to wait in a 2-hour queue to play this game. And I'm
like,
and then they're like, these are the kinds of things that are going to get me to quit. And I'm like, gonna?
You should have.
Gonna? A month in?
I don't understand. I don't know.
Holy cow, some people like Diablo 2 too much. Holy shit.
I know it's all that. They're just, Activision is just tapping into our nostalgia. Just tapping in. Just tapping in. I don't know. Okay, enough of that dead fucking horse. Let's beat on the other horse I like to jump all over. New World.
Okay. I see people playing that still.
A lot of people are still playing it, and even
Josh Strife Hayes though says there's no end game.
Yeah, that's been the biggest complaint, and it's starting.
Which, by the way, is there a cuter British gentleman on Twitch and YouTube? Holy shit, that guy is the most charming motherfucker in the world. Do you know who he is?
I can't think of his face off.
I haven't subscribed to him or followed him, but every now and then YouTube recommends me a clip because he plays RuneScape every now and then. Mm-hmm. And he just pops up, and it sticks are the fucking funniest things I've ever fucking seen. Anyway, Josh Strife Hayes. Go subscribe to him. I'm certainly not.
Do it for Portz. So
yeah, you got to make up for my lack of support.
Right, exactly. So, New World, a lot of people are starting to demand like a roadmap with the successful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the successful launch and a few, bumps along the way.
Amazon's like, wait, we have to make more game? What the fuck?
Yeah, I think they're starting to panic. But this game quickly became one of the top played Steam titles of all time with almost 1 million players near launch, which is, awesome. Congrats. And it's been nearly a month since the official release on September 27th. We're recording this on the 25th, so it's about a month. But it's already at half its player base of what it started at. So imagine,
that seems normal, though, right? There's a lot of hype, and then people are like, it's not exactly what I expected.
It's not exactly what I expected, but with little PvE content, like, from what I was reading and what I was, my understanding and watching the few people that I do play, It's like 6 5-man dungeons currently. And most of the people that I do watch on Twitch, they're just so focused on those PvP territory battles because they say that's the only thing that is fun for endgame content. And they're like maxed out and they don't know what else to do.
Wow.
So they announced at the beginning of October that this would be the month of them focusing on exploits, bugs, improvements, on quality of life issues for the players. Now, one of the things that I'm worried about them starting to focus outside of this changes and stuff like that is on the microtransaction store. Like a lot of free other MMOs tend to do. Like this is what happened to Avengers, and we saw what happened to that very quickly. Or even Fallout 76, which still reeks of microtransaction cash grab that it was. So my question is to you, do you think Amazon is going to fall victim, or they may attempt to take the higher road, I guess, and add more microtransaction stuff later and actually give players content now?
I imagine there'll be some lessons learned. Like, I imagine that they're going to turn their head toward microtransactions, and then when there's nothing to do in the game, and when they finally realize that, and people start quitting even faster than they are now, then there will be a big content push. That's probably how it's going to go.
Yeah, that's what Fallout 76
and I think that's 100% on it being, Amazon.
Yeah.
Not the people actually making the game. I'm sure they don't give a fuck about microtransactions.
Right. Yeah, that's what Fallout 76 did. They pushed that store very hard, the Atom store, and then when their game completely almost died, that's when they started finally adding content. And, like, it still isn't, like, a perfect game. I tried playing it again recently, and I'm just like, meh, okay. It's still a shit show. The quests are still boring, and it's a very quiet world most of the time, so.
I am
sad.
Fascinated by Rooonscape. And I know I play it a lot, so this is biased, but Rooonscape takes the method of, like, basically being a fucking boring nightmare for most people, because it takes forever to do anything. I've played 150 hours this month. Month's not over. Came out on the 6th.
So far, we got 5 more days. Let's see how many more we'll have.
I haven't touched the content in this game. Not even began my journey. If they had a percentage counter for all the content in the game, I'd be at like a 0.8%.
Jesus. Why?
And that is 100% the reason people play it 20 years later. Make shit harder. I know it seems like we all have these. There was that bullshit theory that no one had the attention span of anything. They're like, 10-second, 5-second clips online. That's the only thing people will watch. And then Joe Rogan comes out and he's got 3-hour episodes that have 10 million fucking views and listens. People want their time respected, and nothing tells them to respect it more than by being a grindy piece of boring shit. They're like, shit, there must be something to this, because we're attracted to the rarity of it, right? That's 100% why I play, is because not everyone can do it. Not everybody sticks it out.
I guess that's true. No, not everybody can stick
New World,
it out.
My advice to you, do 1/10 of the XP for everything.
Make it
God, players would be so mad.
Players would be so fucking mad. They would be absolutely pissed. Okay, so I have some happy news here. This might make you actually happy.
I doubt it. Nothing's ever made me
How
happy.
fucking dare you? So, 10 years after working on Stardew Valley and 6 years after its release, Concerned Ape just announced his next game. It's called The Haunted Chocolatier. The trailer dropped earlier this week, and the game is kind of a breakaway of the Stardew Valley style with more focus on a single player RPG. So it's going to be like when you go to the caves. and you're going to be exploring.
Yeah, that I'm more into that style. Yeah, give me that.
Right. You're going to be exploring like the local area and the local castle, trying to find rare ingredients, and then you turn them into chocolates. And then you sell those chocolates.
I'm less interested, but okay.
I think it's really cute. I love the...
It is cute.
Yeah.
But I don't play Animal Crossing for a reason.
Okay, fair enough. So...
Look, I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be great, but knowing him and how he is and meticulous he is, obviously he is a one-man fucking army. He's doing all of the artwork again, he's doing all of the music, and obviously all of the coding by himself. So with this being said, there's no official release date. We know how the way he likes to work alone, and he's only worked with one other person, and that was to help out with a Stardew Valley patch, and that was it. That was literally it. But I think it's gonna be fun. So since it's gonna be more of an RPG style and like action adventure where you're just running around murdering shit, do you think you'll probably play this one a little bit more than Stardew?
I don't know. I don't know if I will at all. But we'll see. I'll peek it out, you know?
Peek it out. You'll just
the combat in Stardew is not gratifying enough to be an entire game. So obviously, hopefully, there's more to it than that.
Yeah, he did show off some stuff. So like in the trailer, there's like a bow and arrow, and a couple other
I'm back
little
in.
things.
The best part of Hades. Let's go.
Yeah. So,
you know, bows and arrows don't get enough love. That's my favorite thing to be in an RPG, but they're fucking trash in like every game, Dragon Age included, especially. I've even done no lightsaber playthroughs of fucking KOTOR because I like range shit so much.
Fabulous. Fucking fabulous. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. It looks super cute, and I'm super fucking happy. Okay, so I'm going to skip the next thing because fuck, who gives a shit about that?
Okay. That was my...
That was your one thing? I'm sorry.
And it was my anniversary with Fabian is what she just dismissed.
Oh, yeah. I dismissed our anniversary because I'm trying to...
It was covered by all the news outlets, but they're behind a paywall, so you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. It's true. It's because I'm just too busy trying to marry your girlfriend. That's all. I'm sorry.
Who isn't?
Fair enough. So, God of War 2018 was announced for the not the PlayStation, Jesus Christ, for the PC. And that's going to be hitting Steam as well as several other platforms. God of War 2018.
Oh, yeah. You sent this to me. I was flabbergasted, shocked. I couldn't believe it.
Nobody was expecting this. It was just like a nice little thing from Sony, and they're like, hey.
It's wonderful.
Here you go. Here's some breadcrumbs. We'll see you on January 2014. And so they announced this on their PlayStation blog, and the PlayStation gamers were so angry. Holy fuck.
Why?
It's literally the most elitist
but
things
why?
that I've ever read. Like, holy fuck. Twitter and their PlayStation blog was just people crying about why even own a PlayStation anymore. Bro, the game is 4 years old and you got to play it.
Are you going to buy a fucking $1,200 PC now? Is that really what's been holding you back?
That's what people have been saying. They're like, down with Sony for making these changes. What's the point of exclusivity?
Probably because they fucking
like
paid
money.
$1,200 for a PS5.
They got the scalpers.
They're like,
PS5.
you know what? Fuck it. It's worth it for the games. And then the games come to pieces. They're like, what?
They lose their fucking shit.
It's buyer's remorse times 10.
Yeah, so a lot of people were like just screaming at the top of their lungs, like, why would Sony do this? And like,
Jesus Christ,
it's just, I think this is my thinking behind Sony, and a lot of people also brought this up too. It's like, Sony brings their game to PC. It's a smart move because it taps into a market much later on in that game's life, and it still brings value to that game. because it's a AAA title. They're trying to milk that thing as much as they can and try to get as much as they can out of that game as possible, right?
Yeah.
And so why not tap into this market much later on? Like, PlayStation players still get their exclusiveness. It's on a console that is now being rotated out because the PS5 is out. And it's also being brought to the PlayStation 5 for free if you have the PS4 version. And you will get it in the same quality as the PC players. But for some reason, people are fucking rioting over this thing. And also, it has a very small chance of successfully converting somebody who's impatient, who wants to play the next game, into buying a PlayStation 5. It's a very small chance of doing that, but it's there, and Sony's willing to take a risk because, one, it doesn't cost them any money to, like, well, it does cost them money to port it, but they'll get gains from it regardless. Like, it's a smart fucking move. And Sony's actually going with a different company than the one that did Horizon Zero Dawn.
Good.
Yeah.
I think it was a fucking trash fire. And I am normally like, oh, come on, the PC port's not that bad. But no, it was.
It was so bad
with
that huge...
fucking bad. And it still kind of doesn't run as well as I'd like, but it's fine.
No. It's a lot better than what it was day one with that huge patch that it had and like all the other issues. But this one is being done by Jetpack Incentives, and they've done a lot of like other ports and stuff. So hopefully people get the fuck over their sad feelings. But honestly, if you want some genuine salt, go to the PlayStation blog, and God of War section coming to PC is the title, and people just, it's just literally just filled with little gems of people crying. I've never seen, like, we always joke about PC fucking, elitism, but holy fuck, I've never seen so many entitled whiny brats, people just fucking screaming about it. They're like, you're trash, 100% traitors. And they're like,
everyone thought that in the console wars the Xbox people were the toxic ones, but you don't know anything. Everyone is.
Everybody.
Well, no, it's everyone. It's fucking everyone, especially if you're winning. If you're winning the console wars, you're the biggest piece of shit. But I do want to commend Sony here because just not making their own stupid app and just being like, we'll put it on Steam. That's the distribution platform. Mwah. Thank you.
They're putting it on Steam.
From gamers. Love you.
I think they're also putting it on GOG, and I know they're definitely putting it on Epic. So it'll be on Epic's place.
But it's on Steam. That's the important part.
Well, yeah,
who gives a fuck about the rest?
Yeah, I swear to God, if they make their own fucking app and I have to go to fucking another platform, I'm going to scream. But
that would be very annoying. Yes.
It's just annoying.
But at least it's on Steam. Even if it's got another thing behind it, I don't love that. But whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so this is my ultimate question for everybody, and we can put it in the thing. What other exclusives on any console would you like to see be brought to the PC? They could be oldies. They could be goldies. They could be...
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Bring it.
Oh, damn.
We got the other two. Give me the shitty console game. That was like a fun hack and slash,
Yeah. I know there's a Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance that came out this year, but I heard it was bad.
It's real bad. Yeah, don't let that team touch it. Oh, God, it looked terrible. Holy hell.
Yeah, I think it was
I think Co did a sponsored stream of that, and even he was like, I don't know, you guys.
It was like, I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Hard to pretend this is good.
Oh, something's happening. My internet's disconnecting.
I'm going through a tunnel.
I'm in a tunnel. Oh no! Pulls the plug. But yeah, what games would you guys like to see? Also, even if you're a console player, what PC games would you like that are exclusive only to the PC be brought to the console? I mean, not everything.
Assuming the controls just all work.
Yeah, assuming the controls all work. And it won't destroy your PlayStation or Xbox Or
Right.
both. What if you make a weird hybrid and smash it together? Exflation. No? Okay. Good talk.
I missed the last word you said.
I
What?
said exflation.
I don't know what that is. What?
PlayStation and Xbox smashed
Oh,
together.
I was like-
Jesus.
My brain was just like ejecting that as not a word. It's like, nope, move on.
Technically, it was not a word. So, yeah, you
I mean,
could.
it's not, but I didn't catch on to what you were doing.
It's okay. It's okay. I miss your shit too.
It
Anyway,
happens.
it's gonna happen. It's bound to happen.
I bet listeners miss a lot too.
I bet you listeners want to scream and smash our faces in some way.
Actually, I don't miss anything.
I don't miss anything. I'm so good at this. Anyway, thanks guys for listening.
Do we have anything to ask people this week?
Yeah, what games would you like to see be brought to exclusive? What exclusives would you like to see be brought to other platforms?
So that doesn't fit in a Spotify poll, but we can put it on Twitter.
We could put it on the Twitter too.
On the twits.
On the twits. Yeah, let's put it
We'll make a twit longer about it.
twit loggers. Yeah. Put it on the twits. Anyway, speaking of twits, don't forget to follow us on Twitch and Twitter.
It sounds like you're like Tweety Bird.
Twits. Tweety
Twits.
buzz.
I
twits.
put on the twits.
I'm putting on the twits. Fuck. Shit. Don't forget to follow us at EvilSpaceBunny and The Real Portz. And we'll appreciate it if you follow us on our podcast at Ignore Backlog, too.
That's actually the only one I care about. Don't follow me on my regular account. Just follow the podcast.
He screams into the void and then he posts his RuneScape pictures on there, too.
I don't scream into anything. I've never screamed at anything.
Are you fucking sure about that?
I casually mentioned that it's a trash website and everyone else is trash, but that's pretty much it. It's not a scream. It's just like a casual observation.
It's just a casual observation that I noticed that everything sucks and you suck.
No, everything on the website side. It's a bad website, and everyone knows it deep down inside and on the surface.
Deep down on the inside and the outside, it's there. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Comments, questions, concerns?
We haven't talked enough about horror games this month.
Maybe.
I didn't play Dead Space this month. Isn't that fucked up?
How did you not play
I usually
Dead
play
Space?
at least one of them. The last time I booted up Dead Space 1, I was kind of bored. Isn't that fucked?
No, it's
Isn't that
not.
fucked? That's not a good place to be. I can't be in a place where Dead Space 1 is boring.
I've definitely felt that before myself. But
not
I also
good.
forgot where I was going to.
We're being overstimulated with everything else.
Oh, no. It's TikTok. I'm going to blame TikTok.
Don't let things advance so that we can still enjoy the shitty thing.
Definitely.
Thanks, everybody,
Thanks
for listening.
Okay, goodbye.
Mm-hmm.